All right, brothers, welcome to a very, very special show here on the Oshay Podcast Channel. I was going to take tonight off because I've been just so busy with my neurology rotation and things I've been doing. It's my personal life. But I had a brother that emailed me. And at first I told him, like, yo, bro, I'm a little bit booked until like July or August, which is typically the case for people that I typically are, don't really know who they are or haven't really worked with. But um, this is a very interesting topic. So I said, you know what? Let me get this brother on the day and see if we can work through something. So I had a little bit of free time within this like 1 hour, and I'm pretty sure that we're all going to be shocked by the information that we're going to hear today. And I'm here with the brother known as the Incel Podcast. What's going on, family?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Going pretty good. Now, guys, if you hear a little static, that's just an issue we're having with the connection, but should be good enough for us to do the podcast. So welcome again, brother. Let me ask you this before we kind of get started. What was the reason that you wanted to do this show, or that you even contacted me?
Hold on, let me fix. So basically, I contact you primarily because I was watching your show yesterday, and I just think there's a lot of misconceptions that incels get as a whole, and especially in the Black community. I don't think there's enough talk or discussion about what it really is to be an incel, especially among the general younger generation. Since I'm in my 20s, early 20s, um, I think there's a big cultural generation gap among whites, blacks, Indians, and people that are in their 20s, 30s, and 40s because there's a cultural shift in data nowadays, and that's something I'm gonna talk about a little bit later. But just that's pretty much just a general gist of why I contacted you.
Okay, let me ask you this: how long have you been watching Oshay Duke Jackson or any of my channels, or following NegroManosphere.com?
I pretty much been watching you for about 2 months.
Okay, 2 months. Now, as a guy that's an incel, what drew you to this particular kind of content?
I mean, I just liked how unfiltered everything was. Um, I used to be a subscriber of a lot of the red pill manosphere, which pretty much was just white dudes talking about how to pick up other women. But seeing a black man do it, an African American man, I feel like I can relate to it a little bit more.
Okay, okay. Well, good, brother. We definitely glad to have you over here, man. Let's kind of start off with some of your. I mean, you don't have to tell us who you are personally, but why did you choose to, go? How did you get to where you are right now, if you don't mind?
Uh, Pretty much I just can't get pussy. That's why I'm an incel. That's why I'm in this current position I am right now, because I can't get pussy. That's pretty much it.
Okay, okay. Um, wow. I mean, that's amazing to hear that. For because some guys won't never come out and just flat out say it, but I mean, do you have a preference for a certain type of chick, or
No,
like what's been going
absolutely.
on with? I mean, with the dating and all that other stuff, and let's kind of talk about that.
I absolutely have no preferences at all. I mean, me myself as a black man, I prefer black women.
Okay,
Um, but I just had no luck in with. I mean, some of the most disgusting looking black women too. I just see them, especially among my age group. I just see them. They get so much attention on social media. You have this entire feminism movement that essentially validates them and tells them you don't need a man. You can get any man you want. So when I come around, me, my average looking ass, I mean, I just stand no chance because she, in her head, she thinks she deserves better. So she's not going to settle for me.
hmm you mentioned even yesterday, in the chat that it's not like you're getting shot down by 8, 9s, or 10s. You made the case that you've been shot down by 0s out of 10. Is that right?
Yes, yeah. Like I've if I'm gonna be honest with myself, if I'm gonna come on here, call myself an incel, talk about my problems, I mean, I honestly have the awareness to know that I'm not attractive enough to be having sex or even talking to 8, 9s, and 10s. Like that's already I have no concern of women of that caliber. So as you start lowering your standards more and more, um, and still you get shot down, kind of makes you wonder what is really wrong with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys. Let me do this. We have 125 brothers watching right now. In the first 5 minutes, which is actually pretty high. And, so this is a pretty good show. So guys, do me a favor. I got to put the brother's link in. He does have a YouTube channel called the Incel Podcast. So he does have that. And so guys, do me a favor. And like the video, do me a favor and get the likes up on the video real quick. And that's actually him right there in the chat here. Let's kind of talk about you know, some of your earlier life and upbringing. I mean, outside of the incel thing, but how did you grow up, or what was your atmosphere?
So my parents are actually from the Caribbean islands, so Puerto Rico, and so I still consider myself black, and I speak Spanish, just because that's how people look at me in the United States, and there's always been a big because my skin itself is black, so people look at me and just think I'm a black man. I
Okay.
speak Spanish, so there's always like a divide between those that I hung out with, if I was in the Spanish crowd or was I in the black crowd. So growing up, I always felt a little bit isolated. Didn't really have many close friends. So I was bullied a lot as well. So that probably didn't make things any better. But I always felt as if I was a social outcast, honestly. And I pretty much never, I think the first time I started actually interacting with women was when I got to college.
Okay. So let me ask this: Are you a virgin still?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because nigga, I know you can't be no uglier than me. It's impossible, nigga. Like I'm just you cannot be as fucked up as me. Okay, but let me go back to the regular story. Okay, let me do this real quick. So guys, this is what I want to. So when you were in high school, how were you interacting with women? Because you said you started interacting with women in college, but did you have? I mean, what was the reason why you didn't interact with anybody in high school at all?
I was just an outcast. People didn't talk to me. I mean, especially at that age, you either fit in, you're either with a certain group of people or you're not. And if you're not within a certain group of individuals, you have no opportunity. Because I didn't go to any parties. I was never invited to anything. I didn't go to prom. So I had no real opportunity to really talk to women.
What about in the because you do speak Spanish, so that should at least open the door to some things in this like this Hispanic community. Did you? I mean, how was your relationship to any of the Latino women or Spanish people, that kind of community at large?
I mean, I really didn't talk to them, really. Um, the city that I was from, that I grew up in, actually has a fair bit of Hispanic people, a large Hispanic population. But I mean, they didn't really like my black ass. So I mean, they just saw my skin color and they really didn't associate themselves with me.
All right, let me kind of get to this, and guys, I'm gonna get the super chats in a minute. Keep coming up with the likes, brothers. I really appreciate you, brothers. Here, shout out to Anthony Brian Logan here. I'll read the super chats, and thank you, brother, so much for your support. Let me talk about this. So, when you went to college, Did you find any other people that were suffering from the same things that you were suffering from with relationships to women?
Yeah, of course. And a lot of those people ended up being ethnics from they weren't white guys, if that's what I'm trying to say. They were Asian men, Indian men.
Okay.
A lot of these people, especially in my engineering school, these are the people that I saw isolated the most. I never seen a white man that did not have a woman with him.
Let's talk about that real quick. That's very interesting that you make that point. You said you never saw a white man that never had a woman with him. Let's talk about
Never.
that. Why do you think that is?
Because, I mean, in our society, we just have certain standards. And, I mean, I guess it's kind of controversial, but I consider them white supremacist standards.
Okay. So, in other words, do you mean that it was okay for like a white guy? In other words, do you think that if you were white, you would be going through the same things that you're going through right now?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay.
So check this out. So
Okay.
there's a study that researchers done. About 45% of Asian women cohabitate with European men. Compare that to 43% of Asian American women that cohabitate with Asian men.
Mm-hmm. Let me
That's
talk
kind
about
of fucked up.
it is pretty interesting, but let me ask you this: your preference though is black women, yeah?
Yeah, I like black women, but I'll take anything I can really get.
Okay, so let's talk about this. I want to deal with this real quick. You were in engineering school. Did you finish or?
I had enough credits to be classified as a junior before I ended up dropping out, but
Okay.
I'm thinking about going back in the fall.
Okay. What kind of engineering program were you in?
Chemical engineering.
Chemical engineering. Okay. Let me ask you this then, because I mean I know chemical engineering is pretty difficult. You know all the calculus, analytical, and 2 semesters of physical chemistry and calculus-based physics. I know somebody that did that. Do you think if you would have completed your chemical engineering degree, would this have given you advantage of not being an incel?
I mean, I guess that's an interesting point. I don't really think that a college degree necessarily is going to make you more marketable. Excuse me. And in terms of dating, I don't really see it. I see college more of a playground to meet people. I don't think you having a degree means anything. I just think it's a place for people to meet. That's how I view college, at least.
Okay. Okay. Let me also do this. So let me just take a pause here on the show. I want to thank all you brothers for being here. We have 212 people watching. Shout out to my big bro, Super Slide 75. I just saw the video. I was watching him a little bit earlier about the VidCon thing. Shout out to Chris Law. So, brothers, do me a favor. Let's get the likes up on the video. We work hard bringing you these great shows with this brother today. And the least you can do is get the likes up on the video. Let me just shout out the super chats while the interview is going. And then what we'll do is we'll talk about some certain other things. And thank you, brothers, for those who are supporting the podcast as it's live. And let me see what some of the people in the comments are saying in the super chat. And guys, you know, if you want to ask questions, that's how you have to do it today. Number one, we have Doug. He says, "Incel dude, get in the gym, buy Alan Roger Curry's books, get with Alpha Male Strategy."
That's
Speak.
bullshit.
It's bullshit.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll address that.
I've
We'll
already
address
done
it.
all
Let
this.
me read it.
Already done all this.
We'll address all of that. Okay.
Right.
Mega Montana, thank you so much, brother. $2 super chat. Keep up the good work. My bro, Marcus Abraham. Respect to O'Shea for giving people a chance. E10, bro, be confident. Fake it till you make it. Keep approaching them. It's a number game. You'll hit the target. Keep shooting, homie. Bagley 232. What the hell is an incel? It's involuntary celibate. Shout out to Bagley. Marcus A. Brown, is he looking for a relationship or trying to get laid? We'll answer these questions here. And let me kind of get to this. With the whole, there were some people last night that were in the chat, and it seems like they didn't have a good grasp on what the incel community was about. There were some things it seems like you didn't agree with some of the descriptions people were leaving in the chat. So what really to you is the incel, or contrast incel versus the MGTOW communities, if you could? That way people could have from you, they would be able to understand a little bit better.
Yeah, so MGTOW, a lot of those people have been in relationships before, and they tend to be older. So it's a lot different from an incel that essentially never really had any experience with women. They tend to be on the younger side. MGTOW, men that are going their own way, they essentially view their relationship with women, the bad ones that they had, and they essentially feel that investment in women is just not worth it. So they occupy their time gaming or joining a motorcycle club or whatever the fuck those guys do. But incels, they never really had any experience with women. So we don't really... Some people like to say that MGTOWs are incels in denial, but I think they're just aware that women in general just fucking suck. And incels just never had any experience with women, so they can't really comment on someone that's MGTOW, in my opinion.
So let me do this. What is your, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
24.
24. Okay. I heard the case, and thank you for the brothers that are super chatting. I'm definitely going to go ahead and shout you guys out. And guys, keep the likes coming up on the video. I appreciate you, brothers. I keep hearing people in the chat saying, "Hey, bro, just go to the gym," or "Hey, bro, go to the dating coaches."
Don't listen
You're
to that shit,
vehemently against that. I hear the not the anger, but I hear you have a strong position against it. Why do you say those things are bullshit?
It's just bullshit because I've done that. I have done them before. I've gone to the gym. I gotten down to 8% body fat, ripped as fuck, shredded as fuck, looking juicy as fuck. A woman did not like. I had the same social life when I was 200 pounds, about like 30% body fat, and then when I was 8% body fat, 160 pounds. It did not make one difference. I've done all these. I haven't done any online coaching, but I've done self-help books. I've looked up red pill tactics. I've done approaches. None of that shit has worked. These things work if you're at a baseline. Okay. Incels aren't at that baseline, so it's not going to work.
Let's talk about the baseline. I think you bring up a pretty good point. Let's talk about the baseline. When you say that, I think I know what you mean, but can you say that? Can you really go into great detail when you say baseline? Can you talk to me about that?
Is this the baseline you need to essentially maximize your potential? I mean, everyone has a different baseline, but if your baseline is already so far below average, it doesn't matter how much you try to compensate for. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have. It doesn't matter how much you can bench. It doesn't matter. These things don't matter if you're just still going to look like shit when you achieve these things. So that's why a lot of incels give up. And that's why, I just hear these things and it's just, I already tried all these things. Why am I going to do it again? It's just worthless. It's pointless.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you about maybe the women that I'm not talking about approaching random women, right? I'm talking about maybe like women that you were in school with, let's say women that you had worked with or something. Have you ever tried approaching women that were in your close circles, like a work circle, class circle? Can you talk about that?
You can't do that shit nowadays. You can't.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna try to approach a coworker.
Okay.
That's gonna get me fired for sexual harassment.
Okay.
A good-looking guy, yes, he can go up to his female coworker. He can slap her ass. He can suck on her tits, whatever the fuck he wants to do. But me as an ugly guy, that's sexual harassment. If I make eye contact with her, that can be considered sexual harassment.
Uh-huh. So, what about girls that you don't know? Talk to me about some particular cases in which you tried to approach a female just out the blue. If you have any stories.
I mean, I used to have a Tinder.
Okay.
And I probably got 5 matches within a span of half a year, about 6 months. So about a match every month.
Okay.
And ended up matching with, I was so defeated at that point. This girl, she was about 250, white. She really wasn't attractive at all. But I was like, fuck it. I have to lose my virginity just for my own sanity.
Okay.
So I go over to her house. We start kissing or whatever. And she wants me to go down on her. And the smell was just absolutely awful.
I'm sorry, bro.
I almost threw up. And I couldn't get it up. So I was just like, I'm leaving.
So wait a minute. Oh, go stop the show. Stop. So wait a minute. Oh shit. Let's talk about this, man. Because can I be honest?
I would have loved to fuck her. Like I would have loved to just fuck her, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get my dick up, and it just smelled. What am I supposed to do in that situation? If you can't get your dick up, what are you gonna do?
No, hold on. Here's the thing. Somebody's talking about this dude is trolling. Dude, this is not a fake show. This dude is not fake, man. I interviewed another guy just like this, if you guys know, but I had to put it on Patreon. These dudes exist, man. This is not fake, bro. Y'all niggas thinking this is a fake or troll. I don't do no troll shit. This is some real shit. See, the thing about it is this. Y'all don't understand that these are people that actually exist like this. See, that's why y'all are fucked up. Y'all think everything is fake or everything is a troll because you can't tell that there are people like this, bro. They're coming on wanting to talk about this. You see the dude's not showing his face or his identity for a certain reason. So you motherfuckers need to stop with that shit. Well, he's lying. Well, you can get your ass up out of my goddamn chat. Say he's lying again. You could get your motherfucking ass booted out of here. Because he's lying. You calling me a liar. You better shut your motherfucking ass up. All right, I'm sorry, brother. You know these niggas in this goddamn chat. Don't get cussed out on Friday, player. All right. I gotta go back to the stank coochie thing. Okay? Because can I be honest with you, brother?
Yeah.
The reason why I know that shit is true is because I've been there with somebody fat and the coochie was stinking. That's how I know you telling the truth.
Yeah.
The only problem was I hit the shit. I ain't gonna lie. Fuck these niggas in the chat. I hit it.
More power to you. I couldn't do that shit. So
here's the thing. So then really, can you really call yourself an incel? Because, well, then again, I also have had chicks back in the day and when I was a little younger than you. They had me lick the monkey. It happened one time I talked about it, and they didn't let me fuck. So probably what could have happened to you was you could have went down there and licked that stanky coochie and she'd have been like, all right, you can go home now.
Exactly.
All right.
I think that's the reason I was there for her. I don't think she was even going to have sex with me.
Okay.
Honestly. Because she just kicked me out after I just started resisting.
Okay, so here's the thing, real quick. In the chat, brothers, the shit is moving so fast, guys. And I appreciate the support. Keep the likes coming up, guys. I'm gonna answer your questions. We only got 92 likes. I need you brothers to like the video. Okay. Here's what I want to know, because I keep hearing brothers saying, "Why don't you get a prostitute? Why don't you just, do what everybody else says? Go to go to Brazil, go to Dominican Republic, go to www, rentabooty.com. Why don't you go that route?
I will eventually, but it's not going to fix the current state of my existence.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to fix anything. I can get a prostitute. I mean, I could get a prostitute right now if I want to.
Okay.
It's not going to fix anything.
Let me ask you this. What is your biggest problem that you feel? Because you seem like you're definitely a smart guy. You definitely have a scientific way of thinking. Like most guys don't understand what the problem is. It seems like you understand where the disconnect is. So let me ask you from your point of view. Because I mean, I wouldn't say that you're the ugliest guy in the world, because I'm one of the top 5 ugliest niggas of all time, and I don't have no problems. So, what do you think the disconnect is with you and women when you talk to them? Why do you think women are not feeling you outside of what you may perceive them thinking that, oh, you're ugly? What is the issue that you think is a disconnect?
I mean, I think women want to live their life as if it's some episode of The Bachelor, pretty much. I think women are heavily skewed by social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram. That's where they spend a majority of their time on. Most women actually don't have hobbies besides Netflix, Twitter, Instagram, especially among my age group. Most women absolutely have no hobby. And I think the disconnect there is that I'm much more of an analytical person.
Okay.
And especially if you're doing engineering, where there's a split about 80 to 20 male to female.
Sure.
I mean, there's already got to be that disconnect right there. So, I mean, I know the way you talk, the way other people that have come on your show, especially African American men, they seem to have a certain demeanor to them, a certain personality that seems more attractive to women.
Okay.
For me, as a Black incel, as an engineer, as someone that's into STEM, I'm not the stereotypical Black man.
Okay. All right, and let me ask you this: is this the reason why you feel like, at least in this part of the Black manosphere, that a guy like you, even though you feel like maybe you're a little bit of an outsider, is that why you hit me up for the interview? Because you kind of figured like, okay, I could probably come onto the platform and find a little bit of, you feel somewhat comfortable here, yeah?
Yeah, I feel comfortable talking to you. I feel comfortable in what you're talking about and what you're representing.
Okay.
And I just feel comfortable in just spreading the message. I don't think there's a message in particularly that I'm spreading, but I mean, I just want to get the word out. I'm just on here to tell people that not all incels are evil. Okay. Not all incels are terrorists or whatever the fuck the media wants to say. We're not all crazy either. Okay. I'm not on any antidepressants. I go to the gym. I live a pretty healthy lifestyle. I'm a normal ass dude.
Let me ask you this, because being that you're a STEM guy, I was a STEM guy. I mean, I guess I'm in medical school, so I mean, I'm not really a STEM guy anymore per se, because I'm in professional school. But here's my disagreement with you in the fact that, although I have a niggified personality, me and you are alike in a lot of different ways, right? Because I went to school with guys like you. I had organic chemistry with guys like you. I think that when you approach a woman, though, no matter what the woman's social programming is, it's still that woman is going to judge you on a per case basis. You understand?
Yeah, so, she's going to judge me for my looks.
Well, I mean, also from your looks, yeah. I mean, but I'm an ugly motherfucker too. You know what I'm saying? So team ugly niggas. So you should at least get some inspiration by looking at my ugly ass every day. I mean, nigga, come on. Let's keep it real. I mean, but rest in peace, Craig Mack. But what you say?
That's one of the reasons I gravitated towards your blog and blogcast.
Yeah, because it's an ugly nigga, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you can do it. My body can I do it? I mean, that does give me inspiration. I'm not gonna lie, but I have a hard time putting that because the thing I'm seeing is that you're also older. You're much more established than I am. If you have no status, my age, my circumstances, I mean, I don't really think there's much you can work with at that point.
Uh-huh. Hold on, ugly niggas like brother. Nigga, you ugly too. What the fuck you talking about? Like you ain't one of us. Stop the show, K zagging. Nigga, if you don't get your ass up out of here, ugly niggas like, bro, you are one of us too, nigga. It'd be funny when to see you ugly niggas that don't think y'all niggas is ugly. All right, shout out to my brother.
Us ugly, man. We have to unite. We have to unite. If we're ugly, we have to unite. As
hell yeah, we gotta unite. Shit,
we're being discriminated against, honestly. And I don't mean that as hyperbole. I actually think there is discrimination among short, ugly men.
So how tall are you?
5'7".
5'7". Okay, 5'7". Okay, so I'm like 5'11", so I'm a little taller than you, although I'm under, 5'11", 6 feet. So let me say this real quick. When you approach a woman, you see a woman walking down the street because you like black chicks, right? And to me, it seems like typically, okay, let me ask you this. Do you see a difference between when you talk to white women or non-black women and when you talk to black women? Do you see a difference?
I honestly don't think white women even think I exist. They probably think I'm some homeless, like, bum or something. But with black women, I do see that I'm able to at least communicate with them a little bit better. Okay. Is why I just gravitate towards them, but I just really had no luck in transitioning our conversation into a date. Like I'll get a number, I'll start texting, but I get ghosted.
Okay. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about that player. Maybe Uncle Oshay can help you out. Shout out to all the super chat. I see you brothers got paid today on Friday. I see the big money is coming in. Niggas, do not trick off your Sunday school money because Reverend Do You Wrong is going to raise at least 17 offerings over at St. Slapper Baptist Church. All right, hold on. I'm going to shout you niggas out. Don't worry about nothing. Brothers, do me a favor while we're doing this. We have 329 watching. I got a double header today, but I do need you brothers to like the video, okay? I love these likes, all right? We're giving you these good shows, nigga. Like the video. I appreciate you in advance because Jesus paid it all on the cross. Like the video. Let me ask you this. You get a girl's phone number, okay?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the approach. You approach her. Let's say you got sexy Paulina with them big breasts in front of you. Paulina, yes, I have been looking at your breasts. I'm sorry, but they are big. Okay, big breasts. Paulina, you see her walking down the street. What would you say? Because what would you say to a woman, and maybe what I can do right now, we'll help you out. Maybe one of the ladies want to come on to the live stream. We'll do a test run. Would that be okay with you, brother?
Yeah, man, that's fine.
Okay, look. Big breasted Paulina, do you want a link to the show? We're going to run a test run and see what we can figure out. We're going to let you talk to a lady tonight. But let me ask you this real quick. So you see big breasted Paulina down the street, right? And you see her. What do you say? What's the approach?
I mean, I just try to gauge a particular interest. If she's like reading a book, or if she's in a coffee shop, has a certain type of mug or whatever. I just trying to comment on her environment, pretty much.
Okay, so you comment on the environment. So she's sitting there, and you go, "Oh, that's a nice book you're reading," something like that.
Probably like 100 times worse. I'm probably mumbling, sweating, but
okay, so you're mumbling, sweating. Okay, let me write this down real quick. Mumbling, sweating. Okay, and then what else? So you're going up there, mumbling, sweating, and then what else happens?
I just try to talk to her, ask her how her day's going. I mean, this was back in the day when I actually used to do cold approaches. I don't really do them now, but I'll just try to gauge them in conversation, especially around my campus. Yeah, but I mean, I'll get a number, but it would either be like a fake phone number or we'll talk for a little bit and I would just hear nothing from him.
Okay, so let me do this real quick. You have somewhat of a fear before you, if you were to approach a woman, you would have a fear. You'd be like mumbling, sweating, so you'd be walking towards like blah, 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 something like that. Like, why are you mumbling though? Is there a reason why you're mumbling?
I mean, everyone has a fear of rejection.
Okay. But you ugly though, like me, so we shouldn't have that problem no more. It's it's just
Yeah.
all right. So you're afraid there. Okay, so she's mumbling. So you say, "How is your day going?" Why do you ask that question?
I mean, I don't really care about how your day's going, but you're supposed to ask.
Okay, let's stop there. You don't care about how our day is going, but you ask it anyway.
Yeah, because that's just what you're supposed to do. It's just small talk. If you're in the office, you just ask people, how's the weather? How's your kids? Whatever, like, it's just small talk.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't care about your kids. I really don't care about the weather. I mean, it's just a way to communicate and get people to like you. You're supposed to ask people. You're supposed to let people do most of the talking.
Okay, so let me ask you this: you don't care about how our day is going. So, do you think that when you ask a woman this, that she can probably tell that you don't care, right?
She probably doesn't care either. I mean, she probably already has like at least, because I actually done a Tinder experiment before with a woman. Let's say she's like a 5 out of 10, and she got at least 1,618 matches in 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So if she shoots me down, she still has what? At least she has so many guys to go through. So does it really matter if I ask her how her day's going?
Okay. All right. So you ask how her day is going. Okay. Let's assume that she says, "My day is going." Okay. Not to be no homo or nothing like that, but let me use my voice. "My day is going fine, thank you." Then what do you say next?
I mean, that's kind of the problem I have as well. Like after you ask that initial question, I usually just try to ask her what is she doing on campus, especially if it's during the summertime, because I live on campus during the summertime and there's not a lot of students around. Ask her if she's taking summer classes or whatever. I just pretty much just try to carry the conversation as far as I can go.
Okay, Zach, and I see you, nigga. All right, so let me so niggas is hating on my girl voice, but let me do this. So from an analytical point of view, and I'm no dating coach or anything like that, right? But here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that number one, there's a mental block in the approach before it even happens. Okay, and then when you do approach her, you're being like sketchy about it. You know what I mean? Like, how was your day? What are you reading? Something that you don't care about, something that she doesn't care about. And then when she responds to that question, then you have nothing else to say. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So boom. So then when you ask her, well, what are you doing on campus? When you ask her that second question, what do you think that I mean, it's a dumb question. Wouldn't you agree?
Not really, especially if it's during the summertime and classes aren't really a session. It's like, what are you doing on campus, really?
Nigga, why would anybody be on campus for? It's something school related, right?
I don't know, maybe she
Registration, getting books, taking class. It's something about school. So obviously, the motherfucker wouldn't be there if it wasn't about. That's like going to the damn grocery store or Walmart. What are you doing here? Obviously, the motherfuckers is there buying something they're there from something Walmart related, right?
I've seen people on my campus at least that are obviously not students, like homeless people.
Well, what the? Okay, this motherfucker young, right? Like you. So you know she's not homeless because the motherfucker don't got no goddamn empty beer bottle bag or nothing. So I'm not trying to come down on you, player. I'm just trying to help you out. You know, God bless you. So, nigga, if she's at the college campus, she is there because she trying to go to that school or it's something school related, and you don't give a fuck about that either, right? So it's a follow-up question to the first question, which neither you nor her give a fuck about. Is that right?
I'm just trying to get her number.
Trying to get her number. Okay. So you want to get her number, but you asking other things about how's your day? How's that brownie that you're eating tasting? Do you go to school here?
Just small talk.
But here's the thing.
Wait, what's that book called? How to Make People Like You or some shit. I read that like my freshman year. That's where I got a lot of my tips for cold approaches. You're supposed to ask people, how's your day going? You're supposed to let them to do the majority of talking, pretty much.
Okay, is there a difference between how to make friends and how to get some pussy? What are we trying to do here?
I mean, I'm trying to get pussy, but
okay. I mean, so then does that book have anything about fucking big booty black girls from the back, women, about putting titties in your mouth? Like, anything about that in there?
It was written in 1940, so I doubt that guy was writing about black women.
Hold on, brother. This book was written when?
Like 1938, 1940 something.
Okay. So let's not discount.
It still stands up.
Yeah. So I'm not going to discount the year that it could have been written in the year that Jesus got off the cross, right? Yeah, but this what I want to know is whose audience, I mean, for the goal of that book, what is the goal of that book, in your opinion?
To make people like you, whether these are relationships are going to be platonic or not. The book is just supposed to make people like you, have a positive reception towards your presence.
Now, let me ask you this. Does this book talk about relationships and sex and stuff like that?
Not really. No.
Not really. So, as an engineer, chemical engineering major, if I told you that, hey, you're going to take physical chemistry this semester, calculus-based physics, and I want you to take 4 drama and acting classes, what would you say?
Are those going to be my electives? Because there's a reason why we have electives, because you're supposed to explore other interests, other disciplines that are going to make you more well-rounded as a person.
What if you've already taken all your electives, though?
Yeah, it'll be a waste of time.
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking here is that what you're saying is you've went out, you've got all the help, but the help that you're actually trying to do has nothing to do with your overall goal.
I think it has somewhat to do with my goal.
How?
Because I'm just trying to make people, I'm just trying to get a positive reception going. Whether, I mean, that's going to take you to the next level, but I'm just trying to get a positive reception.
So do you know if there's any positive reception? Is there a correlation between, I mean, let me ask you this real quick. What is your actual romantic goals? Is it long-term relationship? Is it casual sex? I mean, what is that?
Honestly, I just want someone that's just going to love me for who I am, pretty much. I'm not really into casual sex. I never really been a casual sex type of person. I just pretty much just want a long-term relationship at this point.
Have you ever had a female friend before?
Not really. I had female friends within friend groups.
Okay.
But they were never really receptive towards me.
Never really receptive to it. Now, let me kind of get back to this, right? Because what I'm seeing is that, in my opinion, dealing with. Have you read my website, negromanosphere.com?
Yeah, I gone through it.
What do you think about the negromanosphere.com?
I think there's some good advice that you're giving out, honestly. I mean, I just don't see if, because I have applied a lot of the tips and advice that you have laid out in your website, but just, I don't know, it's just a disconnection, and it's really hard to explain. That's why you have people thinking that these people don't really exist, because it's really hard to conceptualize and rationalize how can a person be like me, just not have sex, not be good with women or whatever, whether it's really ugly women or just average looking women. It's really hard for people to wrap their head around, but people like us exist. And people like us, there are people like us that put in a lot of work and self-improvement, but at the end of the day, if you don't see the results, you just gotta pretty much be honest with yourself.
Let me do this real quick. I'm gonna take a time out to shout out to the super chat. So here's the thing. I think that you have a lot of hope. Shout out to my former senior writer David Simmons, who co-authored How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours with Donovan Sharp. His dedication. He's like the kind of like the black sheep of the black juggernaut, David Simmons, but he is an awesome writer. He used to hold down the Tuesday columns, man. David Simmons, man, is a great talent. I've been trying to get him back to the juggernaut as a senior writer. He's one of the biggest steals, man, of the draft. We don't really talk about him too much anymore, but David Simmons is an excellent Brother Peel author, writer. The man is off the chain. So if you guys want to really check out some great articles, David Simmons is an excellent content creator. So I will definitely direct you to David Simmons articles. And basically what we're gonna do is I'm gonna bring the whole NegroManosphere.com and we're gonna actually give advice on one show to this brother. We're gonna let him address the juggernaut. So me, Alan, Donovan, we can get all of that. So let me do this real quick, brothers, and thank you guys for all the support. The super chats is coming in like crazy. So guys, do me a favor and like the video. Let me just do this real quick. I'm gonna read some super chats. He should read The Rational Mail by Rollo Tomasi, books 1 through 3. Shout out to Donovan Sharp. Thanks for your existence, O'Shea. Brother Pill. Shout out to Brother UGTA. Thank you so much. Dr. Deacon Doug. O'Shea, we can start an ARC AMS scholarship fund and sponsor one incel a year. Get Booty Boot Camp, $5. Shout out to my brother Young JL King. Self-esteem, have fun while talking to them, be direct. Okay, those 3 steps. Thank you, brother JL King, my Caribbean brother out of the United States. DJ Killzone Jones, he just hit me up on Facebook. He always messages me when I got a live show. It seemed like all the time he messages me, I'll be on the live. Shout out to my brother out of the Lou. I got to bring him on here one night. Does he just want some cutting from women, or do he want to be with women? Either way, feel good and speak positivity in his life. Live your life, they'll come. All right, I hate spam. Dude needs all of Allen Rogers' recurring material. Paulina Johnson, NBA, men, women can't tell when you're insincere. No go. I hate spam. O'Shea, I'm uglier than you, bruh. You sure are. Paul Wilson, thank you so much. O'Shea's videos about girls flaking was a classic. Thank you, brother. Red House, not Roadhouse. Truth from Troy. Thank you so much. Paulina, women are attracted to men who are confident, brushes their teeth, washes his body, wears clean clothes and underwear, smells good, can close deals and pay his own bills. Hallelujah, Jesus. Roscoe, did he grow up in the hood or the suburbs? He answered that he grew up in the suburbs. Thank you so much, Roscoe. Team Ugly Niggas. All right. Shout out to my brother Evan Moore with them big Japanese yens. $49.99, 5,000 yen. Ugly or not, confidence matters. I hope you catch a break. That's my brother, man. Always dropping them big Japanese yen bombs on these niggas. Michael S., is he trying to save virginity for the right one? Why hasn't he purchased it yet? Okay. Dr. Chris, thank you so much. Goku92SON, all jokes aside, this brother needs to see a therapist. He sounds depressed. Vegas MGTOW brothers here in Nevada have hookers who specialize in virgins. They jump at the opportunity, bro. They don't care about how you look. Marcus, this happened to me when I was young. Shout out to Vegas MGTOW, Mega Montana. Your first mistake is looking at female validation. You need to get into your purpose and shit will flow in the right direction for you. Terry Gates, the brother been real about it, O'Shea. All right, let's kind of get back to some of these other concepts, man, that we've been talking about. So there's a disconnect in the approach. I see that. Let's talk about when you do get a phone number and you're talking to women, via text message or on the phone. What are some of the things that are happening when you try to initiate phone conversation?
Just texting them like you would text any other person.
So let's say you got, somebody's phone number and you get the number. What do you text them? What do you say?
Be like, hey, it's me from so and so. What are you doing?
Okay. So let me make sure I got that right. It's me from so and so. What are you doing? And typically, what do they respond to that?
I usually get no response.
No response. Okay. How many? Let me ask you this. On average, what do you think other guys are trying to do when they send? I mean, how many other guys do you think send that same text message?
Probably a majority of men.
Majority,
I would
of
say.
Uh-huh.
I mean, at least I'm asking them, what are you doing? A lot of guys just say hi, hey.
Do you care about what she's doing?
I mean, I'm just trying to get her to. I'm essentially just trying to get her to my place or get her to get coffee with me.
Uh-huh.
So that first initial message is just meant as an introduction, like, and I usually try to send the first message at least a couple hours after meeting her.
Uh-huh. So what happens in the case that they do respond?
I mean, we'll usually talk, like go back and forth for a little bit, but I'm always not really trying to spend that much time in text conversation.
Good.
I'm just trying to get that to transition into a meetup.
Okay. Do you text too often, call too often? Is that something that you also do?
No, I really don't.
You don't?
Because the thing is, I really don't have necessarily an interest in women besides the fact that at the end of the day, they have something to offer, and hopefully I have something to offer. So I'm just trying to essentially get what I need to get in that moment.
Okay. In that moment. What is it that you're trying? I mean, okay, what are you trying? Because I'm a little bit confused here. When you're saying get what you're trying to get in that moment, can you be more specific? Like, what are you trying to get in that moment?
I'm trying to get her to respond positively to me. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me kind of go back to the initial thing. A girl gives you her phone number. She says, "Okay, you can have her phone number." Then once she gives you her phone number, then what do you say to her?
I say essentially what I told you. I tell her, hey, this is me from so and so. How's your day going?
Well, no, what I'm saying is this. Once you get the phone number in real time, right? You met her at Leroy's Chicken Grits house, whatever, all that shit. You get her phone number. Once she gives you the phone number, do you say, "Okay, I'll call you later"? Is that what you say? Or what do you like? I'll call you tomorrow, or I'll talk to you 15.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Like, and I pretty much just did.
All right. Let me ask you this. Do you think that if you were to approach a female to the point of being more direct, hey, this is the reason why I came to talk to you. It's not because your day was going great. I don't really give a fuck about that. You're very attractive and you're somebody I'm interested in trying to talk to. So you caught my position. You caught my attention. I wanted to come over here and talk to you because I just, hey, you caught my attention, stopped me what I was doing. So, this is why I'm here.
No, not really.
Okay. So do you think that if you were able to do that, and start, hold on a second. Don't orange me, Jordan. Do not orange me. All right. If you want to get my attention, you do what everybody else doing, super chat. All right. So what do you think about that kind of approach? You said you looked at dating coaches before and stuff like that. What dating coaches have you looked at?
Have you been on? Well, it's not necessarily dating coaches. It's have you been on the Red Pill subreddit?
Mm-hmm. The white red pill, yeah.
No, yeah, man. It pretty much is just for white men, essentially.
Okay, let's talk about this, right? Because you have been reading a book that's written in 1938, for pretty much white people, right? And then you go on the subreddit, and this is the importance of the Negro Manosphere, brother. So I want to let you guys know that because of you brothers powering it up, that's why we have this brother here. So do you think that the Negro Manosphere is important for issues
as
like
I get older, I mean, I do think the advice that you're going to get and is going to be more helpful when you break it down by demographic.
Uh-huh.
Because there's certain types of privileges that white men get,
okay,
that you're not going to get as a black man, as an Indian man. Because a white man can go anywhere in this entire globe, and he's going to be regarded as a king.
Yeah, it's just pretty much true. I see it all the time in Africa. But let me ask you this: when you're on the Red Pill subreddit, what do you shout out to brother Jordan Keith and the other brothers, RD. Thank you, brother. I'll read out in a minute. But what do you think that the red pill, when you're a black guy going to the white red pill, what's the advice that the white guys give?
It's the advice I'm getting from the people in the chat right now.
Okay.
Pretty much. It's bullshit.
Okay.
It's just bullshit. It's counterintuitive. Because this is general advice. It's not actually conducive to the actual person. It's not made for the person. Once you evaluate the person and see what attributions he has, then you can make that decision. But all the advice I'm getting right now in the chat is just general advice.
All right. What about the advice we're talking about, me and you? What do you think about where we're kind of going with the conversation?
You're talking to me as an individual one-on-one, so you're obviously dissecting who I am as a person. So I'm going to regard your advice at a lot higher standard than whatever the fuck anyone else is saying. Because I don't really think because you've been in this field for a while as well. So I don't think the people in the chat know what they're talking about, to be quite frank. And that's no disrespect to your fans.
No, it's fine.
I'm a fan of your blogs as well, so
they're just trying to help. But no, there is not going to be any disrespect for the guests. All right, so guys, y'all niggas know how we do it over here.
This I believe. If they have something to say, they can say. I really don't care. I've been called everything, so they can go ahead and talk all the shit they want.
Let me just say something real quick, okay? Before we kind of get in there, this is the black manosphere. This is the Negro manosphere, okay? This is a brother that has come on, okay, and if he cannot get assistance from us, he can't get it from somewhere else. And you niggas not gonna be up in my chat talking bad to no other brothers. You're not gonna do that. So if you niggas think you're gonna do that, you niggas know I do not play with y'all. I will boot you the fuck up out of here. So that's just what's gonna do. Okay. So I know you brothers care, right? But it's about time that black men start listening to other black men's issues, whether you agree with them or not, because again, you want to get mad if you guys don't, nobody listens to you. So you have to listen to other brothers, man. This is what we need to do as black men, okay? Because if brother can't come over here and get help, then where can he get help from? All right, he been all over on the white manosphere. So, but you niggas need to get this shit together. All right, I'm gonna let you niggas know this. All right, so let me say this real quick. Here's where I think that the issue is. The issue is not really in the fact that that you're ugly. Because again, I'm ugly, right? You know what I mean? Because like I think I'm ugly, and I got these glasses on, which makes me uglier. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother, the Great American Investor. Okay. We supposed to be doing the show, player. You're supposed to hit me back. I love it like a play cousin. So that's the thing. It's not that you short of 5'7", because this dude that's uglier than you, dudes that's shorter than you, that's getting all type of pussy. The issue is, number one, how you see yourself, right? That can't nobody help but you. How you view yourself is how you view yourself, right? I'm the ugliest nigga on planet Earth, but hey, look, when I'm talking to a female, hey, look, bitch, I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. That's how I feel. Can't fake that. That's something that you have to be able to decide. But also, I also believe that that your approach is leaving you in a less desirable position. You're not stating the case as to, why you're wanting to stop this brother, this sister, or whatever she is. Because most black women are more acceptable to approaching in cold approaches into the game. Go to Africa, America, black women, they're gonna give you, they'll be more responsive to getting cold approach. You know what I'm saying? At least in my opinion. So they're gonna give you more of a chance. They'll let you shoot your shot and shit. You feel me? So I think what it is with you is, the bullshit with women. Like, look, the reason why I came by because you was looking real good, and either it's gonna flatter the motherfucker, and if she starts smiling or something like that, you know what I'm saying? You got a shot, and you just let her know this is the reason why I stopped you, and that's what it is. Make sure you got your, you looking good or you looking decent or whatever, and you just spit that to her. And then once you try to get the number, don't wait to call her back. I'm gonna say this to you niggas real quick, man. Whenever I meet somebody, and I will tell you a story about a time I went to a different country. I met a woman at the airport. She stayed with me the whole week. I didn't even know her. Alan Roger Curry will vouch for that, right? I met her at the airport. I had landed. Boom, got on her. Stayed with me the whole time. This is back in the day, though. I can tell you when this was. So I think when you meet a woman and you get her phone number, I think the next step that you have to be is like, okay, what are you doing right now? Can we talk right now? I think the urgency is not to wait, but the urgency is if you can get the number, if you can do something, like what's the purpose of the number? Is the purpose of the number to, can we go get a coffee right now? What are you doing right now? Try to prolong it. You understand what I'm saying? And then try to get a commitment. Once you get the phone number, don't just wait. When can we go out? When can we do this? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I do. I already do that.
Okay, so you could like you were with me in the interview. You were persistent. Like, when we gonna do the show, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I've been saying, all the advice that I'm getting, it's stuff that I've already done. It's not like it's not like I'm socially inept, or it's not like I'm socially retarded. It's just, there's just so much competition out there, especially with these dating apps that are out there. It makes it so much easier for a woman to just hop on Tinder. So if she sees a guy coming to her, she already has 500 other guys she can fuck on this dating app. So it doesn't really matter what you say. She doesn't care about what you say, really.
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to cut you off. Here's the thing. Number one, the problem I'm seeing is there's definitely a problem in your approach in your small talk game. That's something that you got to get rid of, I think, in my opinion. Second is, can't nobody tell you how you see yourself, bro. You see yourself in the world. Which I'm gonna tell you like this real quick. You ever heard of T.I. before, the rapper?
Yeah.
Can you give me another name for T.I.?
A black rapper.
T.I. What does anybody know what people call T.I.? Somebody type it in the chat. What do people call T.I.? What's another acronym for him? Anybody can guess it. I'm looking for somebody to put it. T.I.P. Okay, no. Rubberman. Okay, who else? What else? Okay. King of the South. That's what I'm looking for. King of the South. Okay. Do you know who the King of the South is?
A white man?
No, but that's T.I., right? This is one point I'm making. Who gave T.I. the name King of the South? Anybody know this?
He probably gave the name himself.
Why is this?
He probably has the confidence to say he is the king of the South. But you have to back that up. Imagine me going up to a woman and being, hey girl, I'm the shit, but I have nothing. That's another thing. Like, as you get older, you're going to accumulate more status, but at the moment, I really don't have that status.
Why don't you?
I'm working for it.
Do you have any kids?
I have no kids. No, I mean I haven't had sex, so I really can't have kids.
So you don't have no kids. You don't have no diseases. How long are you from graduating as a chemical engineer?
I mean, I have enough credits to classify myself as a junior, and I'm thinking about going back in the fall. So I'm probably gonna finish up in the fall.
Bro, you are going to be in the top 5 to 10% of brothers, man, just based off of that.
So they don't want a STEM nigga. Like they want a Tyrone on the basketball team. They don't want a STEM nigga. They don't want a Steve Urkel. They don't want a Childish Gambino. That's not what they want.
Uh-huh. Can I tell you something? These bitches don't know what they want, dog.
Yeah, girls don't know what they want, and
okay, so they don't know
it's influenced by social media. They just go on Twitter and just see what guy that her one white friend is with. She's like, oh, I want that. I want some 6'4" buff ass white guy, pretty much.
Then how do you explain your ugly cousin Oshay, man? Because when I was your age, I was, I wasn't fucking as much as I do now. But I'm just saying,
that's the key when you're my age.
Well, but I still was a badass nigga though. It wasn't my mind. Them bitches couldn't tell me shit then.
Yeah, when you're my age, you were a badass nigga. But if you were in my shoes right now, you would not be a badass nigga.
Why wouldn't I?
Games has changed, man. Like I told you, as a woman, you can go on Tinder and find any type of man you want. You can get some dude that looks like he's straight out of a movie. How are you gonna compete with that, Oshay? How are you gonna compete with some 6'4" Aryan looking dude? There's no way.
Nigga, I've been competing with the motherfuckers. What the fuck are you talking about? Man, even before, if Tinder was back, because back then it was actually easier. I had MySpace. So if you really don't know, man, MySpace was the best way to get some. I mean, it's always good looking women always had options, bro. It doesn't matter if it's Tinder, if it's been all of that other stuff. The issue is is how you see the world. How you see the world is how people see you. There have been dudes who have been shorter than you that have ruled nations. Napoleon, there have been dudes that have been uglier than you, Mao Zedong, that have ruled nations. So, I mean, do you understand that? I know dudes who were pimps. I've heard of dudes who were pimps, who were shorter than you, uglier than you, all that stuff, right? So the thing about it is this.
They were pimps, though.
But the problem is that the issue has nothing to do with anybody else. You get what I'm saying? The problem is
Hitler had a lot of bitches too.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's a good argument.
But because the thing is this, but Hitler saw himself as that nigga. Hitler wasn't that nigga when he was trying to take over shit. You have to understand how you see you cannot get to. When I start this YouTube channel, ask me how many subscribers did I have? Ask me.
I mean, everyone starts with 0.
0. Okay, good. So we doing math, okay? When I came here to Poland, ask me how much money I had. Ask me.
Hopefully you had something saved up.
Not much. All right? So it went from, not having hardly any money, doing my videos on a goddamn cheap ass 2G phone, then going from there to having, what I have now in a span of just 2 years. But you can only make those things happen if you believe they can happen. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm working at it. That's why I started the podcast. That's why I reached out to you. I'm trying. I mean, I used a couple months ago. I was just in complete despair. I really, because after you do all that work into improving yourself and you still get no results, you kind of just get in the funk for a while. But right now, I'm just trying to get back in it. That's why I started the podcast. That's why I'm reaching out to you guys. That's why I'm trying to reach out to the incel community as a whole, pretty much.
Bro, I think it's, like I said, bro, there is a chance. You know what I'm saying? You don't listen. Here's the thing that you have to also understand. There are brothers who've been in the same, if not worse, position than you. You know what I mean? Like, I done met a lot of people, man, that have been like, couldn't get chicks, homeless, broke, all the stuff. So just keep in mind that there have been brothers that have been just like you. But again, you know this is gonna have to deal. I feel like as far as with you, because the thing about it is with me as the top notch 5% top 5% ugly nigga. When I talk to a female, it's coming from a position of, look, bitch, this is what I'm doing. If I was 19, I was 21, 24, 25, didn't matter the age. I always thought the way I thought. You know what I mean? And people are always going to treat you how you present yourself to them. Whether it's men, whether it's women, people are going to treat you how you present yourself. Like, it's motherfuckers who follow me on YouTube. I've never met these niggas, but they know I don't fuck around, right? Because they got respect for me. I respect them. It's just, I think what you need to do over time is just understand that there are dudes that are like you, and it's where you're at. It's not as abnormal as you think, and you can overcome it. You know what I'm saying? But let me also ask you this real quick. Let's go back to the piece about the small talk and the reason why you're approaching those women. Do you think that with just working on this small step, it can put you in a better position? Not talking about anything else, right? We're not trying to move to other levels of game. Just dealing with this. If you think you can be comfortable with telling a woman why you're approaching her, why you're talking to her, do you think that could be a big difference because you haven't tried that before?
I mean, perhaps. I think whichever attribution you want to max out and get, because everyone has a ceiling, and I'm trying to improve that myself. Have you ever played RuneScape? It's like you get skill capes after you get like 99 woodcutting, 99 farming. So if I'm talking about my own social skills, I think I'm probably around like a 34, 35. So I have a long way to go, but I'm trying to improve those social skills as I'm moving along in my path. But I mean, yeah, definitely. I think if I do eventually get to the point where I'm comfortable enough, I'm able to speak fluently around women. Mm-hmm. And I think that may have like what, a 2 to 4% difference on any given outcome. But I don't think that's automatically gotta get a girl to go home with me that night. I don't think that's going to translate that quickly. Over time, perhaps.
Well, okay, let's talk about the overtime thing, right? Because it's not plausible for most dudes to get girls to go home with them on the same night. That's typically doesn't happen. But let's talk about improving the baseline. This whole baseline thing. I know you talked about being more social. What are the other things you feel that can improve this baseline?
I think a healthy lifestyle. I try to go to the gym at least 4 to 5 days of the week. Being mentally fit as well, reading, just expanding your mind, having talks just like you and I are having. That's a good way to really stimulate your mind as well. That really helps your verbal communication and just the way you speak to people in general. Because I know if you were just to speak to someone, I mean, you're probably a really good public speaker, I would assume, just because the way you speak is very fluid. So just speaking with people, being mentally fit, being physically fit as well, I think those go a long way to putting you in a position. That's a key phrase. You're going to be put in a position to achieve. But it's not guaranteed.
Here's a problem I think you have also. You sound like a smart guy. I mean, definitely I wouldn't say that you're not smart because you're bright. But I think you have a problem with, there's a disconnect with comprehension. And I think the way that your mind works is you're taking in information that has nothing to do with the overall outcome. I think this book, How to Make Friends, in literature like this, has nothing to do with what, how, or what women want or how they think. I think literature like that will lead a person into comprehending all the wrong things to do. And then when those things don't work out, then it will lead a person into a frustrated status. Do you understand what I'm saying? I think also you're taking in information and material that has nothing to do with your overall outcome. And I think that's either lack of understanding or just poor comprehension. Now, it is also very true that me and you could read something and come out with totally two different outcomes on something, right? That's very possible. But I think the biggest issue is, after listening to what you have to say, because you do have the thirst for the knowledge, right? You're actually trying to find out, as an analytical guy, as an engineering guy, okay, I have this problem. How can I solve it? But I think what you're doing is you're reading a chemistry book trying to solve a physics problem. Now, while chemistry and physics are somewhat closely related, they're not the same. So I think also the reading of the material is not applicable to you or your situation. And also, I think that you have to work within your own personality, right? I can't tell you how to work within my personality because my personality is going to be different than yours, right? But women are so complex that they can deal with a man with your personality, or they can deal with a man with my personality. No woman has dated the same kind of guy personality all the time. You know what I'm saying? We're variable.
Yeah.
You know, we can deal with different people based off of different personalities. So I think what you need to do also is, at some point, find what works for you within your personality. But I think that what you need to do is also take in the correct information, that you can apply it so that it can fit your personality. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, everyone's situation is going to be tailor-made for them. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what you're saying, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So kind of like how the guys in the chat are like throwing out these situations, and to be fair to them, they are trying to help. But again, they're not in the situation, so you know what I mean. They can't read it. They're throwing out certain stuff, but
yeah, I mean, and the things that I've been reading, I have done, and I'm not sure how many times I gotta keep on. I mean, there's probably new people coming in, but a lot of advice they are giving, I have done. I've gone to the gym. I have read up on dating tips and approaches and all this jazz. I've done a lot of this stuff. So
okay. All right. Let me do this, guys. Do me a favor. Shout out to brother Nagone, man. Nagone 11. And Nagone, I was listening to his podcast. Nagone starting to become one of the most popular non-YouTubers over here in the manosphere. So shout out to Obsidian and Nagone. He was talking about a subject about being addicted to black women. I definitely got to steal that one from you. Oh, stop the motherfucking show. Is that my bishop? That is my brother right there. You know, when I see my brother, I got to give him that he's my mentor in this. Lord have mercy. That is Reverend Dr. Ringo TV Raw. Okay, that is my bishop. He is the reason why I will tell you niggas right now. Okay, if he would not have told me to take YouTube serious, I wouldn't be on here like I am now. So I got to give a shout out to my brother. Okay, he is my big bro in this shit. I always gonna have a lot of respect for him. And if you don't like him, you know what I mean. I'm gonna time you out automatically if you say anything negative about my bishop. So y'all niggas better say something. I'll put you on a timeout, nigga. All right. So I want to shout out to brother King Richards. We're gonna do our UK podcast. I guess let me ask you this, man, because we're gonna set up another show for you. I don't know if I could do it tonight. All right, and I will want my pastor, Bishop, but he don't never got no time for me. But I will set up a show where we can have a lot of brothers, some dating coaches and stuff, and we could bring some women in here so you can kind of test run, get your game together. Would you be open to that?
Sure, man. I'm always looking to improve.
All right. So we're gonna.
I'm not giving up just yet, man. I'm probably like, at the end of the day, there's always some improvement you can make. So might as well just go for it.
Okay. All right. So listen, guys, do me a favor. Brothers, I really appreciate all of y'all. Okay, we have 422 people. Shout out to MOT. Let's see. We might go for another 10 minutes. I have another interview I gotta close today. But brothers, we have 422 people watching. There's another brother out here, man, that is a very similar situation to you, man. His name is what's this guy's name? It's Angeloid. I did an interview with him. I'd like to get both of y'all on the same show. This brother, man, is he's interesting too. So I had to let me see here. So yeah, I gotta do a show with him. So guys, get the likes up on the video. Let me go ahead and shout out to some of the brothers here, and we're gonna schedule that. All right. So out to Zir Belazub. I'm in the same boat. Keep your head up. I suffer with so low self-esteem and such. Get better and have better standards for women. Peace. Brother, send me an email, brother, to planetoshay@gmail.com. I'm gonna put a free course together and help you niggas out. We're gonna get you niggas laid this year. Okay. If I gotta buy you some coochie, I will do it. So we're gonna get you niggas some pussy. Don't worry about nothing. That's why we here. All right, brother. I'm a Z.
Appreciate it, man.
Serious question: has the brother been abused in any form? I don't know if he's. Did you have any issues like that when you're coming up?
Not really. I just had a normal upbringing. I had like ass whoopings if I misbehaved as a kid, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Typical nigga whoopings, right? All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. Oscar, tell the brother to focus on his personal development for now. If things get bad, he can open up a church to solve his problem. All right. UGTA, again, another brother. I think game is necessary in modern times, regardless if you look good or not. It's just a good skill to work on for modern men in this age. Shout out to your brother, JL King. Getting yourself together takes time. Stay disciplined and focused. Invest time in things that will change sexual market value. Trust the process, brother Monk Mullen. I think that's a very important part. You know, I think that in your journey with trying to improve yourself socially and stuff like this, you know, and we're gonna have Master Ringo TV Raw is gonna do a video. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have some advice. But obviously, you know, nothing comes overnight. You know, this is going to be a long process because you have to break some bad habits, and that does take time. So again, give your chances time to fail. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Deacon JJ Redwood, okay. Keep doing your thing. Go say thank you, Bishop. Good to see you. That's my bishop. If y'all have anything to say about him, you will get timed out. Lewis Key, the help brothers getting laid. All right. Let me see this. Marcus A. Brown. Low key, I would like to see a dating coach will handle this show. I would like to see it too. Brendan Taylor, this guy has a mindset of a loser. That's why you lose. Brendan Taylor, appreciate all you do, O'Shea. Afro programmer, I'm about to flame your guest. Keith Roar, shout out to the brother, 2-3 hours. I'm late, but what's up? Jordan, Xavier, my fault, O'Shea. Keep doing your thing. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you, brother Jordan. RD Stack LLC Arms. O'Shea, you looking like Mr. Walker from Don't Be a Menace. Afro programmer, I want to get more involved, bro. That guy's talking drown as fuck. I know females pick up, but I mean, listen, man, email me, brothers, man. If you guys going through the same thing, hey, listen, email me, man. I get all you niggas on the panel, man, and I'll give you niggas shows if I can do it. I've been a little bit busy as of late, but okay, but we'll get in here. And again, that's Black Male at Vice TV is pulling out a lot of good content, man. He came back out the grave on y'all. Ringo TV Raw, you will definitely. Lisa Jeans, I'm sorry, I missed your super chat. Let me go ahead and read it. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and read this one. So many Negroes putting their drug money in here today. O'Shea, you are so awesome at connecting people. Much needed change from the social media bashing, all that does divide. I think that was the other day. I read that the other day. But Lisa, I don't see it today. Did you send one today? Hold on a second. Oh, what does he think his avatar? What does he think his avatar says about him? Oh, I did miss it. So thank you so much. Go ahead. What is your avatar about, brother?
It's pretty much just an anime that I've watched growing up. I had 2 older sisters, so the anime Sailor Moon, and
That's my shit, nigga.
it's pretty much what my sisters and I watched a lot growing up.
All right. Shout out to my brother Muhammad, man. That's my boy from SAC, bro. We went to the same high school. He a little younger than me. That's my brother. He's Arab, but he might as well be a nigga. Cause he don't hang around with nothing but black people. Okay, he probably got high blood pressure. That's my brother, man. We used to work together. Shout out to my brother in the chat, man. He need to hit me up. So you okay? Let me ask you this. So your other interest is right is anime. What other stuff do you like to do, brother?
Play a lot of video games. Play a little bit of piano. I played a lot of RuneScape back in the day as well. Haven't gotten into a lot of the modern gaming like League of Legends or Forefront, but typically I just try to stay occupied, either at the gym, reading, or playing some sort of video game, whether it's old school RuneScape or yeah, that's pretty much it.
Who's saying that in the background? Is that me or you?
No, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Somebody talking about fucking bitches or something. All right. Must be outside. Well, anyways, brother, man of tomorrow, I had to do things contrary to my nature to gain things beneficial to me. Once you realize that used to be you, not afraid to admit it. All right, shout out to the brother. All right, so I'll tell you what. Listen, brother, thank you for coming on, man. We'll definitely get you in the next few days and get you on this show, brother, and get you everything set up, man. I appreciate you coming on. It was a hot ass show. You killed it today, and definitely we're gonna come back with it. If not tomorrow, like I said, if I do a panel tonight, we'll do another panel. We'll bring you back. Would you mind coming back?
You want to have me on? Of course.
Okay. So let me get to the other stuff, brother. So listen, guys, they got a double header. You know what I mean? I got a lot of shit I gotta do. Okay, I got some African brothers, man. They got a little party tonight. I'm supposed to be getting my kumbaya on and shit. So I want to thank you, brothers, man. Get the likes up. His name is the Incel Podcast. You can find him on YouTube. I'll put his shit in the description link. The fuck is going on out there? All right, and guys, again, we're gonna have another show, man, on this topic. So I want to appreciate all of you, brothers. This is the Incel Podcast. Find him on YouTube. Subscribe to him. I'll put his link in the description. And I'm out this piece. See you niggas later.